What's your name?
Starrina Murphy.
How old are you?
A girl never reveals her age.
How did you decide to get into drag?
It just kind of happened. For the longest time, I didn't want to do drag. I was like, no drag, I'll never be a drag queen, screw that crap, blah, 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 blah. And then the more shows I went to, the more I was like, okay, this is like, as a theater kid, so I was like, oh, it's, makeup and costumes and magistry. And so I was kind of just, so like, I kind of just wanted, I was like, I want to start drag. And then, like, conveniently enough, a friend needed performers for a benefit show for when Iowa, and just kind of launched from there. So drag is very different for everyone involved. For me, it's more, it's the entertainment. It's the dressing up and having fun and being goofy or serious or sexy or whatever I decide I'm doing for that number. So that's just my way of doing it, just having fun and entertaining and pushing the envelope, and sometimes being campy and funny, and sometimes being weird and kind of scary. So tonight I'm doing, I always try to do, every show I try to do a little bit of everything. My first number is campy and silly. Then the second number is kind of sexy, and it's peacocks, it's like kind of sexy and teasy. And then the third one, I've done it before and it's been weird, but I added an element tonight that's going to make it like, people will probably be like, what the hell is that queen doing?
Were you nervous the first time you ever did it?
Yeah. Like, the stage thing isn't the big thing for me. The big thing for me that I'm still working on, because I took 6 months off to work on it, is the makeup. Like, just painting a boy's face to look like a girl isn't like painting a girl's face to be a girl. The thing I struggle with the most is just like, like I said, theater kid, so being on stage in front of people, no problem. It's the putting myself together that I still struggle with. So,
what role do you think that makeup plays in the experience of drag?
It's huge, like, because one of my issues was, like, when you don't, and I think it kind of, translates to biological and world makeup, like, when I'm on stage and I don't like my makeup, I don't perform as well because I'm self-conscious and think everyone's just reading me to shade because of it. So when my makeup is flawless and I look, fish or fierce and fantastic, I'm 10 times better on stage.
Okay, so tell me about the glue stick.
Okay. It's not really a trade secret anymore, but it's kind of where your dedication comes into part. Like, some queens will shave their eyebrows completely and just draw them on every day, whether they're a boy or girl. Some people you can just, they tweeze the shit out of them to make them work. I'm really, boys like me, I want to be a boy when I'm not a queen. And so just glue stick and powder gets rid of them.
So how long have you been working on your makeup technique?
Since I started, I finally really started. I'm not good yet, but I'm starting to feel better about it. Like, the last just couple months. Practice makes perfect. It's just me sitting down at home with a bottle of wine, watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and doing this. I've done a ton of research on drag to kind of figure out how to paint or perform, and there's just endless possibilities. You can, like I said, you can look like very feminine and sleek and simple, or you can just have huge, crazy, ornate eye design with bejeweledness, and you can do almost everything, anything.
So do you feel like you're learning new things all the time?
Every queen I've worked with, or a makeup person, has told me a different way to do my eyebrows, or you should use this instead, and it's kind of like finding what works for me and my body and my just how I want to do it.
Or do you think that makeup is one of the most important indicators of a female identity?
I personally don't think it is. I think it's kind of it's that strive, people want to be perfect, and I think makeup covers up those blemishes or those crow's feet or those bags under the eyes, and so putting on makeup kind of fakes that perfection, which is I think what draws people to do it. Kind of same with drag makeup, just in it, or it's being someone completely new because of it. Because obviously you can't look like a female if you're not wearing makeup as a guy.
Why is it that you think men don't typically wear makeup in their day-to-day activities?
I don't know. Good question. Because I have on occasion went out in guy liner. One of my best friends in college was trainee, fierce, fantastic. He looked like a boy, but he'd have lipstick and glitter on it. It was fantastic. It worked for him.
Do you feel different when you do have makeup on compared to when you're not wearing makeup?
As a boy or as a drag queen?
when you're wearing makeup on stage compared to when you're not wearing makeup just in your everyday life?
I guess it's when you're on stage and in that moment of performing, that's when I feel it the most. But like if I'm backstage chilling out, you know, in between numbers, I don't really think about it. I know it's there and it's whatever. So.
Do you feel self-conscious if you feel like your makeup isn't up to par when you're doing drag?
Oh, very much so. Very, like, just, you know, it's in good fun, but like the drag world's all about throwing shade and talking to you and being like, that girl's busted, or, you know, her whatever looked like crap, and you know, like, and I used to get, especially when I first started, I got red all the time at every show. It pushed me away from it. Like, I know they were kind of like doing a good fun, but I also knew they were serious, and so it sucked. And so that's when I kind of like took a step back. I was like, I need to take a break and figure this out before I start again, because it was affecting how I performed, because I knew I expected to get red. So
do you think that it gives you a peek into the cattiness between women sometimes and the competition of appearance?
I would actually probably say it's worse, because, you know, girls have like a natural beauty to begin, like, to start with as a female, and like in the female persona, and drag queens don't have that. Like, we are completely creating the female look we're going for with, and so I think for us it's worse, because, like, you know, a girl can only do so much with her lips or her eyebrows or her eyelashes, whereas a queen can do whatever the hell she wants with them because you're making them. So I would say it's worse.
What do you like about makeup?
I like the creative freedom there is. You can do a ton of things, you know, like, actually, I'm going to try to use this lip foil, so it's like, I'm going to have like big, shiny, gold lips. Or, you know, like I said, like, I can have this huge craziness, or I can keep like muted, and like, so I look more natural and simple, but I usually don't do that because I don't like that. But there's so many different things you can do and play with and have fun with.
What don't you like about makeup?
The time it takes to put on, especially as a boy, it takes me longer. Like, for a good queen, she can only paint like the quickest she can paint is like 45 minutes. And so going back to what we were just talking about, like, the critique that could come with it as a drag queen. Like, someone will say, I don't like the way you did your eyebrows, or your lips are too big, or, you know, you need to shadow this or highlight that better. So, like, open yourself up more to judgment from your peers. You know, straight boy Joe, who will be at the show tonight, isn't going to know if my makeup looks like shit, but queen backstage will. So
how hard is it to work around, like, your natural obstacles, I guess? Like, I see how you're doing your eyebrows, but how hard is it to work around, like, facial hair and things like that?
Facial hair is pretty easy. Like, eyebrows for me is the biggest challenge because I have very thick boy eyebrows. Biggest obstacle is facial hair, and like body hair is, I've done a show in 6 months. So altogether, it probably took me at least a half hour to shave between all my chest hair, my arm hair, my armpits, and my face. And so it's just, once you get the hang of it, like, highlighting and contouring your cheekbones so you be more lift or whatever is actually pretty easy. So.
Do you think that women having the social norm of wearing makeup is an advantage or a disadvantage?
I would call it, I think, more of a, I guess, advantage, because I'd consider it more of an opportunity. Like, well, I guess it depends on, like, in my opinion, like, I don't think a girl needs to wear makeup all the time. Yeah, it's an opportunity for them too if they want to, but, you know, I personally don't expect a girl to wear makeup all the time, so it's kind of a perk, I guess.
How much money would you say you have invested?
I don't want to count.
Do you have any favorite products?
Setting powder is magical. Glue stick. Discovered I like cream eyeshadows better than powder. Just they stick better, they hold better. Powder can be a little weird sometimes. I'm trying to decide what kind of eyebrow I want to do. That's one of the fun things too, like talking about earlier. Like, I can decide how I want to do my eyebrow every night. The fish queens who look like they could be a biological female. That's not my drag. My drag is drag queen. You can tell I'm a boy as a girl.
Well, I guess when you first started doing it, what kind of reaction did you get from people in your life about the fact that you were doing drag?
Everyone was like, you know, either excited or cool. Like, it was funny. Like, my boyfriend at the time was kind of, he ended up being very supportive of it, but I can tell it was kind of like a weird thing for him too. Then I had to explain to my mom that I didn't want to be. I was like, Mom, I was a theater kid, I'm doing this for fun, I don't want to be, like, she, you know, had the whole, oh, you want to be a woman, da 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 da.
Do you think that's a big misconception that people who do drag like wish they were female?
Yes, yes, very much so.
Would you say that your experience of not wanting to like gender identify all the time as female is like pretty much universal in drag?
99% of the time I do, but there are a few queens I met, well, not met, but seen on TV, like on Drag Race, who it was that world of accepting themselves as transgender.
Alright. I mean, you're so white, I need repetition.
I'm actually very happy with this so far. You look really good without it. Like,
Thank you.
I didn't notice it until I remembered you were doing it.
Yeah. Do you get any shit from people that you used to know for doing it?
No, because I don't talk to anyone from home ever. So, I want to be on Drag Race someday.